So I'm joined by Tabraiz Shamsi, who has played, a good number of matches against India, especially, if I'll say in Test cricket. Tabraiz, first of all, let us know about, your plans about ILT20. It's fourth season. How excited are you?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's my first time ever playing in the ILT20. It's a new tournament, quite a big tournament as well. So really excited to, play this tournament. The organization looks amazing. And lots of international players. So the competition is going to be tough, but tough challenges are nice.
So a few, Indian players are also coming up. For example, Dinesh Karthik is also coming up. Piyush Chawla is also coming up for the very first time. And it is your also, for the first time you're going to play ILT20. So, we have seen, the trend that every year there's a new champion. How exactly you are looking forward? I mean, with your team, with the setup, with the core, what exactly the strength is of your team?
Yeah, so the plan is that we're hoping Gulf Giants will be the new champions this season. Okay. Simply put, that is the plan. And as a squad, I think we have a very good squad, very balanced. New management, of course, new coaches. The mood in the camp is very good. We've played a practice game yesterday, and the guys have come together. We've got a couple of practices. And then we kick off our campaign against MI, which is obviously always a great challenge. They always put together a very strong squad. So, yeah, it will be a good season opener for us.
Okay, let's talk about red ball cricket, test cricket, which is, the paramount thing for each and every individual cricketers. So you have played good number of matches against India in test. You have seen India beating other teams at home. But recently you saw that South Africa coming to India and there was a whitewash. Mm-hmm. How exactly, what's your thought on that?
Yeah, firstly, I haven't played any test matches against India, but I've watched a lot, played a lot of first-class cricket. So I think, look, obviously as a South African, there's been a lot of difficult times for South African team touring India for test tours in the past. I think our last two series we were comprehensively beaten. So, of course, the guys have done a lot of work. They had good preparation going into it. I think they toured Pakistan just before going to India as well. So they got used to the subcontinent conditions. And I think the nice thing was that a couple of guys really stood out for us. But the other guys played a very good supporting role. They just performed at the crucial times. It was different guys scoring runs or different guys taking wickets. So I think the prep work has been brilliant. Temba Bavuma's leadership has been brilliant as well. So everything just coming together in that sense. And the guys just really pushing and having that belief that, they can beat India. It's been a fortress for India for many, many years. And I would just like to say that it was a brilliant effort by our South African boys. And especially as players that have gone before and gone and beaten really badly in India in the test series. I think it was a nice little moment for those players as well. And also me as a South African player, mostly playing white ball cricket, but just to see that my teammates really finding a lot of success in India, that was really nice.
South Africa becoming WTC champion out of nowhere, because India and Australia was like in the race. Suddenly, India lost that New Zealand series at home, and then, of course, in Australia, BGT, and India was like gone. South Africa became WTC champion. Now they are beating, India at home. Do you feel that something, extraordinary is South African team is doing, especially in red ball cricket, under the captaincy of Temba Bavuma and the players like Aiden Markram, the others?
Yeah, so firstly, I'd like to say you don't become a champion out of nowhere, especially in the red ball format. You have to play good cricket for a very long time. T20 cricket, yes, maybe a weaker team can win on the day and stuff, but to win a test championship, I think those boys put in so much hard work over a 2-year cycle. And then Australia are serial winners, serial champions. They hardly lose finals. So to beat Australia in a test final, I think that was a major, major thing. Of course, I've mentioned Temba Bavuma's leadership. That's a major part. But also, just the players, because one player doesn't make a team. The guys, all the players, even whether they played one test or they played 10 tests, every single guy that's come in put in a performance at a different time. So, yeah, I think all of those things coming together and the belief, I feel this time around when the team Of course, they were World Test champions, so you have to have the belief that you can go to India and win. But just that feeling around the team and the aura around the team was that they're not just going to India just to honor the fixtures and yes, India will probably win or we're going to try and fight, but India will probably win. You know, there was a different sort of attitude from the team. Even when they were behind, the guys pushed hard. So I think that was really nice to see. You know, there's that aura around the team and just, you know, not relying on one or two players. I mean, we had Kagiso Rabada that was injured. You know, he's the best bowler in the world.
Yeah, he was not there.
Yeah, and he wasn't even there. So that just shows that there's a lot of depth and, you know, different guys stepping up to say, look, we understand, you know, KG is a big loss, but someone else will carry the load. And that's the beauty about this test team now.
Last question. Do you feel or do you see that, you know, it is start of a new era of South African team in red ball cricket?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's just the start of an era. Not just the red ball stuff, but the white ball stuff as well. You know, in the past, we would struggle winning knockout games, and then if you see in the, you know, in the T20 World Cups, 2021, 2022, and then finally the 2023 ODI World Cup in South Africa. In India, we won most of our games. We got to the semi-final, and in the 2024 T20 final, we got to the final for the first time, and then the World Test Championship. So everything as a whole, you know, in our South African setup, it's just coming together. We always had brilliant teams, you know, and we had legendary players. It's just unfortunate. I can't give you an answer as to why. It just never used to happen. But I'm just glad that, you know, now we're starting to win those crucial moments, and it just shows that there's a lot of talent in South African cricket. Maybe people didn't believe it. Even I remember doing an interview probably in 2021 or 2020 where all our, you know, senior players had retired, and guys like Rassie van der Dussen were now the main characters, and Riza Hendricks and all these guys coming through, even our bowlers, and everyone was like, oh, you know, you guys don't have great players, and, you know, how are you going to deal with the transition? And I said, look, you guys might not think that, you know, our players are good, but these are players that we've played with. You know, we grew up together, under 19 cricket and first class cricket. So I was aware of, you know, the skill level and the talent of the players, and then the world saw it eventually. So, you know, even the new guys coming through, there's a lot of talented guys. So yeah, I think obviously the World Cup trophy is something that we've missed, and it's no hiding away from that. But, you know, we've won the World Test Championship, and I really hope that we can win a World Cup soon as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in two months' time, T20 World Cup is coming up. How excited and confident are you? Because you have, you know, brightly mentioned each and everything about South African beat, you know, white ball or red ball. So it is now, you know, time for South African team to go ahead, lift up the trophy.
Look, it's been time for over 20 years, and, you know, we do try, we give it our all, and, you know, for some reason it just hasn't happened yet. But, you know, like they say, it's an analogy when a good batsman starts, sometimes he just struggles to get to his first 100. It doesn't mean he's not a good batsman. He always fails in his 80s and 90s. But once he gets his first 100, he doesn't stop winning. So I'm hoping that's the case with South African cricket. We won the World Test Championship, and I just hope it opens up the floodgates, you know, for many World Cups and World Test Championships to come. Of course, the T20 World Cup coming up. I really hope that, you know, the South African team does really well and goes on to lift the trophy. And of course, it's gonna make me very happy.